North Carolina Sports Betting 101 with Tim Donnelly. I'm Tim Donnelly, and today we have a fun one. Today we are talking about parlays. And parlays, it's one of those words that, when you become a gambler and when you start dabbling in sports gambling, as many have done here in North Carolina with mobile sports gambling becoming legal about 3 months ago, it's like a word that is both intimidating but also kind of enticing, right? Parlays. It's where the big payouts live. It's where I can show how smart I am. In actuality, it is a little bit of both, right? It's a little bit riskier. The payouts are a little bit higher. The excitement can grow, but it can also be a real kick in the teeth. So I'm going to give you the ins and outs of betting parlays, and I'm going to do my best here to make some very complicated math as simple as possible. And this is where we can lean on our sports books, like DraftKings Sportsbook, which I have pulled up here and we'll be using to kind of illustrate it a little bit. But the sports books, when you enter in these bets, they do have unbelievable calculators, right? The computers are better with numbers than us. Now, I want you to understand the numbers, but I also want you to not feel like you have to sit there and plug everything into your calculator and get all the numbers, because they do it for you right in the mobile sports books, right in the online sports books. So when it comes down to a parlay is essentially combining bets, right? It's not just taking one bet, it's taking 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes up to as many as seven legs, which is kind of the traditional max. 7 bets, putting them together. Here's the key, though. It's one miss, all miss. Okay? So, yes, the payouts are potentially greater, but you have to be right on every single bet. They call them legs. Every single leg of the bet. So let's put together a little 3-leg here, as simple as we can. Let's find 3 bets that are all minus 112, which we've learned in previous videos means you have to bet $112 to win 100. So we'll take the Ravens plus 3. We'll take the Eagles minus 1.5. And if you scroll down here a little bit, we'll take the Panthers plus 5. These are 3 bets, all with the exact same. Did that one not go through? There we go. 3 bets, all with the exact same odds, and you put them together. Now, the appeal of the parlay, I'm going to do very simple here for you. If you were to bet $10 on all of these bets, okay, and you can see me typing it in. If you were to bet $10 on all of these bets individually, they would each pay out $18.92. That is your original $10 stake plus $8.92 in winnings, because it's minus 112. And again, if you're confused by any of those numbers, you can go back and find videos earlier in this series that explain the odds and the payouts. I did some math here. You'll just have to trust me on it. The payout for all 3 of those, $18.92 times 3, is $56.76. So if you love those 3 bets, they're all right. They're all winners. You're going to bet $10 on each, good for a $30 stake. You'll have $30 of your money exposed. You will win $56.76, including $30 of that, which was your own money just returned to you. Now, we're going to go back and remove all of those original $10 bets here on our DraftKings Sportsbook. There we go. And we're going to come down here to where you see parlay, 3-pick parlay. If you put $10 in there. So now, again, we had $30 exposed when we were staking them as single bets. We can have just $10 exposed when we are putting them into a 3-pick parlay, with the payout being, you can see it right there, $67.81. That's big, right? That is significantly more winnings on significantly less exposed dollars of your own. But the difference is, if you stake them as singles, one's wrong, 2 are right, you're making money. In this case, one's wrong, all wrong. So if you put the parlay in and in this case, the Ravens and the Eagles win, but the Panthers lose, you lose. You get nothing, right? I feel like Willy Wonka. You get nothing. You lose. It's a bit more of a in-depth bet, right? It can be done in one leg, right? If You bet on like a Sunday parlay where you have one game in the 1 o'clock slate of NFL games, you have one game in the afternoon games, the 4:25, and then you have Sunday night football. You could be done. Your whole parlay could be shot after those 1 o'clock games if you lose. On the flip side, you might go into Sunday with 2 winners already and have a really exciting Sunday night game because you have a bigger potential payout. It is a risk, as all gambling is, right? You have to kind of find where you fit in, which type of bets you like. There are certain, professional gamblers that'll say parlays are not a good investment and you should be betting singles. There are maybe some more entertainment-focused gamblers that say there's nothing more fun than a parlay. The fact of the matter is, as we encourage often, you should bet responsibly. You should only bet where you're prepared to lose, and then find the bets that you enjoy. Also, and this is kind of a side note here and something fun, if you're into a long parlay, maybe 4 or 5 legs, you can also space them out over days and weeks, sometimes months. If you're parlaying futures, something like a Super Bowl champion, an NBA champion, and a Masters champion, you could parlay them together. You want to pay attention to something called a cash out option. Depending on where you bet, depending on what sports book you're betting on, but for sure on DraftKings, which is the example we've been using, if you win a few legs and you still have some more meat on the stick, you still have some more bets left to go in your parlay, oftentimes they will give you something called a cash out option, and that'll be a dollar amount that they're willing to give you in order to essentially walk away from the potential big winnings of your parlay. So in this case, if the Ravens and Eagles legs of your bet have already won and the Panthers are coming up later, and you're looking around going, you know what? I don't feel great about the Panthers, right? Maybe something's changed. Maybe it's a feeling in your gut. Maybe somebody's been announced as hurt. They may, the DraftKings or whatever sports book, offer you, since you had $10 bet, there's a $67.81 potential payout. They may offer you $24. And you can take that 24, which is good for a $14 winning, and you can walk away. That will forfeit your chance at $67 plus if the Panthers do win, but it guarantees a win. And it's something that, again, you have to weigh yourself. Maybe there's another bet you want to go place, and that $24 would be an awesome stake for it than all like the money you put up. Or perhaps you're just getting nervous with the bet. You see that often. You can also do things like hedge. That's another term that you hear often in betting, which would be instead of taking money out, instead of taking that cash out option, you might bet on the Saints in that Panthers game if that's the last leg. And that way you guarantee winnings in both directions. But again, it just comes down to math. It just comes down to numbers, and it comes down to what type of risk you're comfortable with. It is a very complicated deal with the parlay. As I said, the math can get complicated on how they come up with plus 578 for the 3-pick parlay and how much it changes. Let's just pick a bet here. Let's go in and add in the Patriots at plus 9, which is a minus 110 bet. Suddenly now, a $10 bet would pay out $129.47. It's plus $1,194. That is a significant jump. And you'll see that with parlays. Adding legs really is going to boost those payouts a bunch. But just know the math does make it more difficult, right? With every leg you add, it becomes less likely to hit, which is why these parlays are so enticing. They're so tempting, and they are also so fun to pay attention to if you can get on a winning streak. So that's essentially what you're looking for, a winning streak when it comes to a parlay. There are such things as same-game parlays. We'll get to those in a future video. There's also such things as teasers, which allows you to manipulate some things within a parlay for a lesser payout but a better chance at winning. Well, again, we'll get to those in future videos. It's all part of North Carolina Sports Betting 101 with Tim Donnelly. Now you guys know how to make parlays.